Namaskar class, welcome to your chapter Physical Features of India Part 4. In this class today, we will be talking about the third most important physiographic division of India, that is the Peninsula Plateau. Now, what does the term peninsula means? Peninsula refers to a piece of land enclosed on water from three sides. Yes, so will India be called as a peninsular country? India mainland is basically a peninsula which has been surrounded by water on three sides: Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, and Bay of Bengal. The Peninsula Plateau is basically a tableland which has been composed of old crystalline, igneous, and metamorphic rocks. It is being composed of the oldest rocks, which is the part of the Gondwana land. So these are broad and shallow valleys which are rounded hills which have a characteristic feature as you can see in the given picture as well. The two broad categories of the Peninsula Plateau can be the Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau, which we will be doing in this chapter. By now you are familiar with the movement of the southern part of India away from the Gondwana land and shifting towards the Eurasian plate, the collision line of mountains, followed by southern portion as the northern plains, and south of these northern plains we have the Peninsula Plateau. The division of Peninsula Plateau accounts to be under two headers. One is the Central Highlands and the second one is Deccan Plateau. The Central Highlands, as marked in Picture 1, includes the Malwa Plateau, the Bundelkhand region, the Baghelkhand region, and also the Chota Nagpur Plateau, which is marked with number 3 on the given picture. On the other hand, Deccan Plateau marks to be the triangular plateau region in the southern part, which is been marked with number 2 in the given picture. The Deccan Plateau includes the Deccan Trap, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, and the northeast extension which is in Meghalaya. So let's have a look. The characteristics of Central Highlands. They lie north to the Narmada River, which marks the major area of the Malwa Plateau. You can see in the given picture. The major rivers of this region are Chambal, Sindh, Betwa, and the Ken. The Central Highlands are wider in the west as well as they are narrower in the east. Bundelkhand and Baghelkhand marks the eastern extension of the plateau, as you can see in the given picture. Chota Nagpur Plateau marks the further eastward extension of the Central Highlands. Thus, the Central Highland characteristics include the region of Malwa Plateau, Bundelkhand, Baghelkhand, and the Chota Nagpur Plateau. The Central Highlands is a central located high uplands in the country. The Deccan Plateau. The second classification of the Peninsula Plateau marks to be the Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau is a triangular landmass lying to the south of the Narmada River, which you can see in the given picture as well. The Satpura range marks the northern part, while Mahadev and Kemur hills and the Maikal hills forms the eastern extension of this plateau. These plateaus are higher in the west, while the slope gently towards the eastern side. So we have a lower slope in the eastern part of these plateau. Some of the other prominent northeastern extension of these hills of Deccan Plateau are the Garo, the Khasi, and the Jaintia hills of Meghalaya, as you can see marked in the given picture. Further, we talk about one of the most important characteristics of the Deccan Plateau, that is the Deccan Trap. The Deccan Trap is a plateau which region in India which has been classified of the volcanic origin. This origin is been made up of the lava flow. Which area is it? It marks the northwestern part of the Deccan Plateau, namely the states of Maharashtra, parts of Gujarat, and Madhya Pradesh. What happened in the ancient past? As the movement of the southern part of India away from the Gondwana land led to the eruption of these volcanic mountains. And what happened? The lava erupted all the fissure cracks and led to the spread of this lava around the land. So this characteristics the flat top-hilled hills which are being step-like features. It is most important storehouse of minerals and is rich in the availability of black soil. Why this region is quite popular for the cultivation of cotton. In the given diagram, you can see a cross section of the Deccan Plateau with Western Ghats higher in their elevation and the Eastern Ghats lower in their elevation. As mentioned previously, that the Deccan Plateau is higher in the western area than the eastern region. The further extension of the Deccan Plateau includes one of these most important Ghats in India, the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. Western Ghats mark the western edge of the Deccan Plateau, while the Eastern Ghats are the eastern boundaries on the Peninsula Plateau. Western Ghats have a most important characteristics that they are continuous, as you can see in the given picture as well, while the Eastern Ghats are dissected and irregular. Why is this? Because you can see a number of rivers flowing in between. Thus, they are not being continuous in nature. The Western Ghats are more in height, as we have referred to it previously as well, ranging from 900 to 1600 meters. In comparison, the Eastern Ghats are lower hills with a height of about 600 to 900 meters. Western Ghat receives more amount of rainfall, and that is due to orographic rainfall, while the Eastern Ghats on the other have comparatively less amount of rainfall. Which is the highest peak on the Western Ghat? Yes, it is Anaimudi is the highest peak in Western Ghats, while Mahendragiri is the highest peak in the Eastern Ghat region. With this, we conclude the characteristics of the Peninsula Plateau under the classification of Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau. Thank you, class.